speakers, I suppose I would just like to kick off. If you do need any water or anything, it is outside, and as are the toilets. And I suppose I should say, if the fire alarm goes, just follow me. I'll be kicking off my heels running out the fire exit. But hopefully that's all the health and safety done with. So just to explain, I am Susie McCullough. I'm the Director of Business Support and Events with the Northern Ireland Tourist Board, and I'm just going to be chairing this session and I suppose introducing our speakers to you. I just wanted to, though, before we kicked off, is just give you a little bit of the figures behind what food tourism is now worth for Northern Ireland. We're absolutely delighted in the last year that really food and tourism in Northern Ireland have become linked. The interest in Northern Ireland as a food destination has grown phenomenally. And one example is that last year, in 2014, we welcomed 60 international food writers and food critics into Northern Ireland, over double the number that we would normally get in our press trip programme. So really the interest has increased dramatically from the media side of things. And also the interest in the last few months, for some reason, from the media in the Republic of Ireland has really been phenomenal. And one example is that Donald Shooting from RTE, who produces the Kitchen Heroes, has decided to do half of his shows in Northern Ireland. So half of the shows will be coming from Northern Ireland, which is brilliant. And he's currently in the country at the moment filming. So really, I suppose now is our opportunity. We're on that global stage. We've had lots of amazing people saying lots of amazing things about us. But also, I suppose, Northern Ireland itself has really developed our food, and our palates have been developing. Barclays Card did a survey, which I just found really, really interesting, that actually said that Northern Ireland people eat more and eat out more than any other part of the UK. So we love our food, I suppose we should all know that, but we also love eating out and experiencing that eating out. The survey actually said that in the last year, visits to Northern Ireland restaurants have gone up 20%. So that's phenomenal. We're all understanding the food bug, we're all getting into it, and the industry itself has grown significantly, and you can see that with all the new restaurants opening in the last year. But when we talk about tourism, well, food is a vital part of the visitor experience. The tourists tell us that actually experiencing good food, drink and dining is one of the key factors when they're choosing where to go for a short break. So that's a key decision motivation for them. And food tourism to Northern Ireland last year generated over £350 million straight into the economy. And it's got huge opportunity. It's growing each year, and it's got massive opportunities to grow even further. However, I suppose that's all the positive news. There are still some areas that we need to collectively work on. Our visitor attitude survey is telling us that the experience of eating out in Northern Ireland is improving greatly, but there are still some areas, I suppose, that we're lagging behind our key competitor. One of those is actually finding fresh local produce on the menus, and also at a time that suits our visitors when they want to eat. They normally don't like to eat at 5 o'clock, I know we all do, but visitors don't. They strangely like to eat at like 9 and 10 o'clock at night. So I suppose they want to eat at a time that suits them, but most importantly, they want to eat local, authentic food. Actually, when we asked them, they said to us that they would spend 7% more if they knew the food was local and authentic. That's 7% more that they would spend on the food if they could get local. However, and apologies for the stats, but only 28% of GB and 17% of the Republic of Ireland visitors said that they felt that when they went into a restaurant, hotel, pub, whatever to eat, that they could recognise local food in the menus. So huge opportunity there that they would pay a lot more, and yet the visitors are telling us that's not what they're getting. And you would think that would be quite easy for us to do, to use local food, to use it in season, and to tell the stories of our local dishes. Indeed, actually, when we start talking about pure food tourists, actually only 10% of GB visitors and 6% of ROI visitors say they come to Northern Ireland for the food tourism experience. So again, that sounds quite a low number, but for me that actually sounds like a huge opportunity of how do we actually develop that? How do we turn Northern Ireland into a foodie destination? Because we certainly believe that we've got the produce and the chefs and the ability to do that, but how collectively are we able to do that and grow food tourism? I suppose just lastly, before we get on to our main speakers, we have worked in partnership over the last number of years as collective Our food offering has grown significantly, our produce, our suppliers, and you're going to hear in a moment about how many awards that we've been winning as a nation, which is phenomenal. We've got lots of new festival and events that either have food as a key focus or actually have food as a key driver within them. And we are starting to put the tourist first, so we are getting it right. And I suppose that's what we're here today to look at. How do we collectively grow that even further? And I don't want to steal the Minister's thunder, but she will be announcing at the end of today's conference a really, really exciting opportunity for 2016. And we will be developing those up in partnerships with a range of other partners and coming back out to you. It's all about food. So I think there's a great opportunity for us to collectively work over the next year to really put Northern Ireland on the map in 2016. But as I say, I don't want to steal what the Minister's going to tell you all later. That's a good excuse to stay to the very end of the conference. And I got it all stay. There's method in my madness. But I just wanted to, I suppose that's a brief introduction of how important food is for tourism and what it's generating for the economy and indeed the opportunities to generate even further. But what we want to hear today is to hear from local, national and international renowned people that have really are working in food tourism, have been there, have felt the pain and really can share with you how they developed their business or key insights. So firstly, we're going to hear from Michelle Shirlow from Food and I, who's going to talk to you all about how Northern Ireland is doing amazingly well in our awards, but actually what that could mean for us and how we can develop that even better. And then we're going to hear from Siobhan Ní-Garifi, if I said that correctly. I had Irish lessons this morning. Siobhan has really gone from being a farmer to being an award-winning cheese producer to now being tourists and tourism and welcoming tourists in, so it's an amazing story. And then we're absolutely delighted to have Charles Campion here, who's been in Northern Ireland for the last 3 days, experiencing all our food, and he's going to tell us a little glimpse into what he believes the Northern Ireland food scene is and some opportunities hopefully for your business as well.